All right. Hi, welcome to today's business meeting product seminar. My name is Dr. James Ong, and welcome. Today, I'm going to present the product iTerra Care and how it has taken essentially the world by storm. All right. So what's the magic of this product? Let's take a look. And after I finish everything, then we can have Q&A. All right. Yes, we will have Q&A today. Okay, the company, well, we started in 1st June 2021, and actually started in June 2021, but Prive International was registered in September 2021, right? So we're just slightly more than 1 year old. In fact, this coming weekend, we're going to have our first anniversary celebration. Yes, and we are expecting about 3,000 people in Kuala Lumpur. Yes. It's going to be a massive one, and participants from 8 countries are coming. Okay, they're coming to basically celebrate this event, and the first lucky draw prize is a Mercedes-Benz. Wow. Followed by an SUV as a second prize, and many prizes. So guys, if you're attending, bring your lucky draw ticket. Don't miss out. Right, medical disclaimers. iTerra Care Classic, iTerra Care Premium, iTerra Care Pro are not medical devices. Information provided is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult a medical professional or healthcare provider if you're seeking medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Right, so what is all this excitement all about? Essentially, is these devices, there are 3 different types. One is the red one, which is a classic, followed by a slightly more expensive one, which is a premium, followed by the most expensive one, which is a pro. So what is the difference? Well, the classic is for personal use, and so is the premium. But the premium, the quality of the casing and everything is a little bit better than the classic. I would say much more better, actually. And yeah, it costs 3 times more than the classic. And the pro is the one that wellness centers, doctors, and clinics, they are using it. And it's more heavy duty, the output is stronger, and at the same time, you can use it for a long time with many patients. All right, it won't cut off. And it has a cold feature function. What is terahertz? Well, this device basically blows terahertz frequency. And what is terahertz? A lot of us have not heard of terahertz, and I have to admit, I, for one, before I joined this company, I have no clue what terahertz frequency is all about. And upon investigation, find that terahertz is actually between microwave and infrared. So this is the terahertz gap. Okay, so people know of radio wave, microwave, infrared, UV, and X-ray, but they have not heard of this thing called terahertz. So where do you find them? Well, we find them in satellite network, 5G, 6G, and it most commonly will be the airport scanners. Okay. So we walk right through airport scanners, I think most of us, or if not all of us, and we don't even realize that they're actually using the terahertz technology. And why are they using it? It's because terahertz can penetrate through your skin, through your bone, and form a, like in the case of imaging, it will form this skeletal thing on the screen, but it does not ionize your body. Yes, it does not harm, ionize your cells and DNA. And that's why it is safe. Okay. Now, medical detection. Well, now because it is safe, a lot more people are going into, medical, all these CT scans and imaging. They are now beginning to explore in this terahertz frequency because it is much safer than the old scanners. All right. Okay. Now, this invention, well, it came from a Chinese inventor in 2014. And his invention, well, the first one looks a little bit old-fashioned, but it probably costs more than 10 times the current price right now. So as you know, in medical equipment as well as electronic devices, as it goes on, it becomes a bit cheaper, right? And we are fortunate because now it is affordable, right? So 2014 until now, fast forward, is already what, more than 8 years. And they have 62 clinical tests by Beijing Research Institute of Chemical Technology. We are a Malaysian company. And in Malaysia, we have the exclusivity globally for these products. All right. And the company is called Prive International. Yes, we are Malaysian and we are now into more than 50 countries all over the world because of wonderful marketing system. Why is it so amazing? Well, essentially it's because of these 4 points. And first, it stimulates the stem cells. Second, it activates the cells. Third, it's safe. And fourth, it's user-friendly. Let me go through one by one. So when we talk about stimulating the stem cells, our body has stem cells, but they're hibernating in our bone marrow. And that's only because we have been putting a lot of toxins in our body. And the stem cells in our body, they are not so active like it used to be when we were young. So that's why when you see a child, when they have a cut, it heals faster than elderly people like us. All right. So that's because they have a better system, because less toxins have entered their body, they can recover much faster. Now, when you stimulate the stem cells will be able to go to all the different parts of your organs and then repair and replace. So this is the function of stem cells, where it is first undifferentiated. That means no specific purpose, function whatsoever. Then it goes to the organ to repair and replace and becomes that particular organ cells. In other words, it becomes differentiated. So from undifferentiated, it becomes, let's say it goes to the liver, it becomes liver cells, or it goes to the kidney, it becomes kidney cells, it goes to your heart, it becomes heart cells. So from undifferentiated, it becomes differentiated. All right. Now, this device can actually penetrate 12 inches. All right. So it goes right through your body. That's why when you blow it in your spine, that is where it can stimulate the stem cells, which is in the bone marrow. Okay, so where's the proof? There's always people asking, just like me. So before I joined the company in May last year, when they told me about it, I researched because I wanted to be sure that scientifically it shows that it stimulates stem cells. And this is what I have found from the Russian Academy of Sciences in Moscow. And I Googled because I wanted to know, typical lawyer background, because when we want to present something in court, we have to make sure the authority we use is credible. So when I want to present this to you, I have to make sure that it is credible. So the Russian Academy of Sciences, if you Wikipedia, they have more than 100,000 employees and thousands of scientists. So is that credible or not? Definitely it is, right? It's huge. And what they have found in their research is the effects of terahertz radiation on stem cells. And it was shown that exposure to ultra broadband pulse terahertz radiation, right? And if you go a little bit down on the 4th line, it says here, promoted differentiation of mouse mesenchymal stem cells. Yes, they did it on mice. They didn't do it on human trial because human trials are very expensive. But even if they did it on mice, look at it. They have found that it actually promoted the differentiation. Remember what I said about stem cells? Undifferentiated becomes differentiated. So here it's huge because it says it promoted the differentiation of mouse mesenchymal stem cells. And that's the proof that I was looking for. All right. Now, why they didn't test it on human clinical trial? Because it's very expensive. It costs billions of dollars to do a human clinical trial. And pharmaceutical companies do that because that is a requirement of FDA around the world. And also they get back their ROI because they have patented their drug. So here you don't get a Moscow, Academy of Sciences doing that, Russian Academy of Sciences doing that because they cannot patent terahertz. Terahertz is like, X-ray, microwave, and whatever. You cannot patent them, right? So there's no point doing a human clinical trial. Next, well, they told me that if you blow it on stroke patient and people who cannot talk, after blowing for 20 minutes, they can talk. I say, oh, really? And I was one of those guys who like to read a lot and like to research. And I went to research about that. And I found this document on this website. And it is actually in 2021, December, quite recently. Oh, by the way, the previous one that I've shown you here, this was in 2020, okay? So science, is beginning to find out all these things. 2020, and this one is in 2021. And here it says, And by the way, this is the National Institutes of Health, NIH. And NIH is a US government website. All right. This is where scientists, doctors, they get to publish their work and peer group review, and people can criticize or whatever, right? So if it's not good, people will hit you. So here it says in 2021, terahertz exposure enhances neuronal synaptic transmission. Enhances means betterment, increases, right? Becomes better. Neuronal, we know, right? Neurons. Synaptic transmission, those of us who don't know, well, I've copied and pasted here. An understanding of synaptic transmission is the key to understanding the basic operation of the nervous system at a cellular level. Without transmission, there is no direct communication between cells. There would be only individual isolated cells. So in other words, it is actually cellular communication. So you have the synaptic neurons, right? Synaptic transmission, which is the neurons think of something, you want to speak, you want to walk, you want to move your fingers, it will. All right. That's why you see stroke patients, when they damage their neurons, there's little or no more communication with their cells. And that's why they couldn't move their body like a normal person would. Okay. So that explains why it works so well. And well, who are the people with neuronal synaptic transmission problem? Stroke patient. All right. What about Parkinson? What about Alzheimer? What about dementia? Wow. And it goes on, isn't it? So it's just amazing. Now, the second feature and benefit of why it works so well is the frequency of terahertz is the same vibrational frequency of our body cells. So it resonates. And what is resonance? Let's take a look. If it does not go at the same vibrational frequency, the ping pong ball doesn't move. If it is of the same frequency, hertz, then it will vibrate. So that's what we mean by resonance. Okay? So the terahertz frequency resonates with the vibrational frequency of our cells. Thirdly, is it safe? Well, even though I tell you that airport scanners use it, well, let's take a look at the EMF radiation, right? So here we have this radiation test, and as you can see, when you test it on electronic kettle and so on, it will show a reading, okay? But when you show it on our device, you blow on it, the reading is 0. Isn't it amazing? And I've tried this myself. And those of you in Malaysia, Philippines, you can buy this tester, this from Shopee. All right, I found it. You can buy it from Shopee, and you can test it yourself very easily. Then what about UV radiation test? Again, if it has UV, it will become purple. And here you can see that it has no UV radiation. So it is safe, guys. Very, very safe. Okay. Moving on. Now, it works amazingly well in inflammation situation. And our body is full of inflammation. Why? Because of the toxins that enters our body every day, from the pollutants, the chemicals in the in the household that we use, from the food that contains a lot of antibiotics, hormones, and toxins, and blah blah blah, preservative, and so many things, right? So nowadays you buy fast food, the food is supposed to last for a long time, so they put a lot of preservatives. Now, if our body is inflamed and there is a device that can take care of that problem, a lot of our problems will just disappear. Are you with me? The problem is because our body is inflamed, and chronic inflammation over a long period causes diabetes, causes heart problem, causes a lot of problems in our organs. Okay, so when it works so well, and this is a 5-star rating, and it works very well on inflammation. So what is a common test for inflammation? Well, when you have joint pains, that's inflammation, right? You have here pain, there pain, shoulder, whatever. And when you blow the device for 15 to 20 minutes and the pain disappears, what does that tell you? Okay, it tells you that it works very well against inflammation. I'll show you some testimonials later on. Now, the fourth feature is the product is simple, because if it is not simple, if you need to have like some kind of medical protocol to use it, nobody will use it. They'll probably put it in a box and keep it there, right? So because this is so simple, it follows the traditional Chinese medicine acupuncture points. And all you need to do is just follow the 10 steps. And very simple, just blow on the water, drink. Now, when you blow on the water, blow on the glass, container or a glass cup or mug or whatever, right? Don't blow on metal, steel, or that kind of, because there could be reaction. And don't blow on plastic, right? It may dissolve part of the plastic. I don't know. Plastics are actually not good for us. It's actually causing inflammation in our body. Do you know that? They hide it from you. Google it, find it out, all right? You'll be so scared to drink from a bottled water in a plastic container. It's, wow. That's why a lot of us are getting sick, more damaging internally, and inflammation causes a lot of other problems that we don't even realize, because we are swayed by advertisements and modern day living. We don't realize a lot of these things. When you do it every day, it damages you slightly every day. Are you with me? And over a period of time, by the time you have symptoms, it's a little bit too late. So here you blow on the water, you drink it, 2 cups, and then you start blowing on the points. Very simple. A lot of people ask me, oh, do you have video for that? It is so simple. You just look at the point, you blow. How difficult can that be? Guys, keep it as simple as possible. All right. So you blow on these points, and then if you have a lung problem, blow on your lungs. If you have a whatever problem, pain, all right, you just blow there. But there is a disclaimer. If you have any object or anything which is not supposed to be in your body, any implant, don't blow there. Pacemaker, stand, or whatever, right? Don't blow at those places, or kneecap with some metal plates or whatever. Yeah, anywhere or any part of your body which is having some kind of implant, don't blow there, because we have a heat function. And when you have the heat, you blow the heat on the metal, what will happen? Right? So, but you can blow other parts of your body, no issue. So the 4th feature and benefit is that it's very simple. And why we blow on all these points? Because traditional Chinese medicine in meridians is more than 2,000 years old. Modern science is only a few hundred years old, right? But the traditional Chinese medicine is more than 2,000 over years old. Which one would you like to believe? Unfortunately, nowadays people believe in doctors, all right? So I don't blame. That's your own decision. But 2,000 over years ago, people have been using all this, because we are all made of energy, all right? And then when you're in the meridians, the energy flows, all the blockages are gone, you are healthy. Simple as that, okay? Now, here we have this gentleman whom everyone knows, Albert Einstein, and he said this: the future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. From Einstein. So in other words, no more pill popping. Just keep this device at home. If you have a headache or you have a pain, the first thing you do is you blow first, all right? And that will be maybe the way to treat people in the future, sooner or later, okay? And as I've said before, any objects, any pain or anything, or if you are pregnant, don't blow, because we don't want people to blame us. That there's actually is very safe, but we don't want people to blame us in case of any problem or complication. And those with menstrual pain cycle, if you're going through a mens, don't blow, because it will improve your blood circulation. There could be a heavier flow, okay? Then what about open wound? If you have an open wound, let it heal first before you blow. So these are the disclaimers. Now, these are the 3 devices, and we started off with the red one in the marketplace. Then we introduced the Pro, and lately, a few months ago, we introduced the Premium. So depending on your budget, all right, if you have a deeper pocket, I would strongly suggest the Premium for your personal use, because the penetration is deeper, okay? It works very well. Now, I have been conducting live streams, all right? I work for Prive International. I've been conducting their live streams every week, always on a Sunday, but sometimes when we have a big event, like this coming week, it's going to be a big event on a Sunday, so we push it forward a bit on Friday, all right? So usually on Sunday, and I get to interview people from all over the world, and I cover beauty, I cover health, I cover financial success, financial freedom, you know, the 3-star managers and above. I get to interview them as well. So this lady here, obviously you can see, and picture paints 1,000 words. She just blew on her face, drank the water, and voila, this is the result. Isn't it amazing? Okay. Then there's another lady. I interviewed her, and again, you can see from the face, left and right, you can compare the same person, and it's just amazing, right? It does a facial facelift, okay? Non-artificial. You just blow. It does the tightening, okay? And that's just how it is. And that's why many people love the product. Then here we go, another lady. So I just cover all the beauty part first, and you can see the glow. You know, when you're healthy, the glow, the aura, isn't it? Right? We all are energy. Our aura extends very, very far when we are healthy. When we are not healthy, when we are sick, our aura is going down, low energy, right? Okay, so when you're radiating with good aura, guess what happens? Everything in your body is healthy, and your appearance looks much, much better for sure, right? Now, this wonderful lady, well, she's a friend, and she was blowing on her eyes for the cataract, and on her face and her thyroid. And 2 weeks later, she compared her photo. Luckily, she took a selfie, right, before, and you can see the comparison. The eye, the eyelids, and the face here, you know, is like going upwards, isn't it? So yeah, wonderful side effect. She's actually looking younger. She's 58 years old. Right. Then this one here, I covered the interview with the son, Ricardo Oliva. He lives in America, in New York, and this is the mother. And the mother had problem eating, bedridden, cannot walk. And I was helping him with the process of, you know, payment, PayPal at that time and everything. And he said, hey, if this works on my mom, wow, we're going to do the business. So I was helping him. I was helping the sister, Thelma, and this is the result. Guys, 91 years old. So this year is 92 already. After 2 weeks, she can walk. It's so happy, isn't it, to see people being able to get back, you know, just some basic functionality in life, giving them the confidence. Now, this is Eddie Luong, and Eddie is a dear friend of mine from Vietnam. In 2021 February, he had a problem. And then it was a few months later, downhill all the way. And that was the photo, July 2022, when I met up with him. And he got a device and started blowing the classic. And then after that, he upgraded and bought a pro. And he blew for 1 month. And doctors didn't know what was wrong with him. He was hospitalized a few times, checked in for like 2 weeks in a row, that kind of thing. They tested everything, cost a lot of money, couldn't find anything, sent him home. Okay. And he didn't have tuberculosis. He didn't have COVID. He didn't have none of those. They just didn't know what was wrong with him. So here's a guy, after 1 month of blowing, he's like 90% recovered. After 2 months of blowing, he started putting on weight, and then he went back to the gym. Can you imagine? Those of you who are coming to Kuala Lumpur, you will see him. He's coming to Kuala Lumpur this weekend. All right. So this is Eddie Luong, my good friend from Ho Chi Minh City. Then I get to interview this guy. He's a lawyer from Thailand, and he had a stroke. Wow. His recovery is amazing. Just watch. Blow twice a day. Started getting back his ability to move and walk. Wow. Can control his urine excretion. Small steps to recovery for a stroke patient. Amazing. After 10 days, isn't it nice? If you have a severe stroke patient after 10 days, can do this. You see, the right hand is still having a bit of a problem, but the left hand is okay. And after 30 days, he can walk in the park, right? Can travel in the MRT in Bangkok. He got back his life. Can you see that, guys? 45 days, he's jogging. The right hand, remember the right hand? Now the right hand can hold. Wow. It's so delightful. Well, to see is to believe. So here it is, right? It's in the live stream. And this young gentleman, 28 years old, his name is Kenny, Malaysian. And at 28 years old, can you imagine? After he received his booster, okay, after he received his booster, he constantly have high blood pressure, constantly, 170, 180 and above. And one day, he had a stroke. And this is the video compiled by his mother. Spent about 25,000 US dollars. Nothing much happened. Came to our Prive International office, one session, and he was completely healed. One session. He couldn't believe it. And the treatment at Prive office was free of charge, right? Can you imagine if you are the parent and you see your son at 28 years old, medical student, yeah. But he said he doesn't want to be a doctor anymore. It was the nurse who introduced him the product. The nurse was the one who asked him to come here to the office. And after just one session, look at him, he couldn't believe it. One session with the pro. We come to our office, we blow you with the pro. And we gave him another water to drink called 7 Wonders, all right? Look at him, total disbelief. He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. And he came to the office with a walking stick, right? This one. He folded it and he walked back. Amazing. Those of you coming to Kuala Lumpur, you will meet him. I think he has about 30 tickets, lucky draw. So you will see him, okay? He's an active networker in Prive International. Then this one is from America. And this retired chiropractor, Kim, I interviewed. And yeah, this is the result.
Explain what's going on, Sarah.
So I couldn't bend my fingers because the bone was so bad at my knuckles and below my knuckles. And but we've been doing it maybe 30, 60 seconds, 2 minutes.
Look at that.
I could not bend my hand like at all. I'm speechless, like seriously.
It's tears of joy, and they're laughing at her in the background, you know, poor thing. She just couldn't believe it.
So
Yeah,
fast, you know.
amazing. Anyway, that's in our live stream, and I have to change that banner thing, the poster, which is the wrong one. I have to change that. Anyway, moving on. So varicose veins, it works like a miracle most of the time. Varicose veins, right? So you can see the before and after, 15 minutes, and wow, it will stun you, all right? It will. So this is what happens for varicose veins. And this is the guy that they were telling me about, who couldn't speak for 2 years, 20 minutes, and he was able to speak. So with my research on neuronal synaptic transmission, it makes sense. And now we have so many stroke patients and so on, right? They are now able to move well and get back to normal life. Then as you notice nowadays, guys, there's a lot of skin diseases because we are using too much chemicals, you know, and that's why there's allergies, isn't it? So all these psoriasis, eczema, well, now there is an opportunity for you to try our product, and you just blow on the water, you sprinkle the water onto your body, and then you blow. The effect is much greater. Okay? Amazing. Then harm, blockages, frozen shoulder, you know, a lot of people just go to the office or go to any therapy center. Within 15 minutes, they can woo, you know. So it's amazing. All right. So this dowager's hump disappeared. Then this lady, you can see from her face, very painful to walk, you know, and the facial expression doesn't hide. And then in just 15 minutes, look at the smile from ear to ear. Happiness, bliss. This is Indonesia. And she can walk without the walking aid. Only one therapy. Too good to be true? Well, keep watching. So this is a Malaysian lady. Problem bending down because her knees were in severe pain. And yeah, she had to go through it. And after just 1 week, twice a day, morning and afternoon, 15 minutes each session. Can you walk straight now? Yes. Can you run? Yes, I can run. Yeah, so she's gonna show you how she can run, okay? Yeah, there you go. Isn't it amazing to be able to see someone recovering so well and so fast, isn't it? Okay, okay. Yeah, wow. Happiness, isn't it? Complete happiness. Now, this one is another live stream, and this story is going to touch your heart because this guy is really a brave guy. All right. He has been vaccinated, and after the one jab, only one jab, wow, his life changed completely. Okay. And this is what happened to him. He started having sores all over his body. And not only he has sores all over his body, but also tremor. All right, he had tremor, and you can see for yourself, it's quite scary. You can see for yourself, it's quite scary, the tremor, okay? And then, yeah.
Cancel the MRI and did a CT. Good.
Okay, so he was in the hospital with tremor, and it's like very, very severe, and he couldn't walk properly. So for a guy who is independent, raising the family, to suddenly become a dependent, right? And the good thing you see about this guy is that he keeps, you know, a positive mind. You know, he tries to smile, laugh, happy, joke about it. And the poor wife had to go through it with him. And this went on for 1 year.
Right, everybody, happy New Year.
Amazing. Look at this guy. Suffered tremendously and still kept a very positive mind. And the wife was hurting badly. Yeah. He couldn't balance, he couldn't walk, because this is a neuronal synaptic transmission thing that I was talking about. And they display, you know, Parkinson disease symptom, stroke patient symptom. So it's actually the brain. It's a neuronal problem. It's a neuronal injury.
You know what I mean?
I said not me. It's just crazy.
It's hurting the wife a lot. I mean, no one should go through this, right? And
Like.
A little better without it.
well, the bad thing is these people suffer, and there are millions of them around the world, and they don't receive any kind of compensation.
There you go.
Okay, they just have to get better themselves. And lucky for this guy, because you can see on a really bad day, this is how it is. He has brain fog, he cannot think properly. Imagine how the wife felt at that time. Then magic happens. He got a free gift from someone, and that someone is by the name of John King. Okay, gifted him because followed his story and just gifted him just like that. After just 1 day, guys, you watch just 1 day.
Awesome. Much better than yesterday. No more brain fog today, so we're in a good moment. And let's have a
Significant improvement in just 1 day. And he almost completely recovered in just 4 to 5 sessions.
training moment. Very good. Go up, down, really, go up. So beside. One somewhere. Oh, yeah. You do something on that last set.
No, I want to turn around, but.
Well, look at that guy walking.
Such a joy, isn't it?
Mr. Street. Wow. What do you think? Going out for supper, heading into our favorite restaurant, Funhouse. Ready?
There you go.
Look at you go. What a miracle. Good job.
No hand railing. Look at this. Pretty impressive. There you go. So this is what, maybe 4 or 5 treatments with the wand?
4 to 5 treatments.
That's in case it moves.
He has his sense of humor. Well, glad to see him back to normal now. Amazing. And this is another story. She received double jabs and wow, she even wanted to commit suicide. And Stacy also appeared in the live stream. I'll just fast forward a bit. These are all the recordings she did. She even had a TikTok account, 200 over 1,000 followers, views. And they terminated her account because she talked about the V, all right? So they don't like you to talk about the V.
And I feel like when I used to post all the time about my struggles, it was a lot easier to get through them. But I'm having a really hard time speaking because
Anyway, so this is the beautiful story of Stacy, transformation, and she lost a lot of pounds, all right? So she's looking good and business is good because all she had to do was just post and tell her story. Now, this one is amazing. I just interviewed him last live stream, and the father used to have Parkinson, but guess what? The doctor diagnosed no more Parkinson, right? So, wow, that's another wonderful result. And company has a $1 million product liability globally, okay, through Lonpack. And we have many, many, many satisfied customers everywhere. Now, I just want to show you, I told you about the water. You blow it onto the glass, all right, or just a small glass, whatever. Just for 1 minute. All you need to do is just for 1 minute. And unfortunately, this experiment, live blood analysis, this guy, he blew it on a plastic container. But anyway, let's see the result.
After that, we take 300 ml of water and we charge using the blower, which generate high terahertz technology. It's about 2-inch distance, about 30 seconds. After doing that 30 seconds, and we give the person to drink, and we waited for almost about 10 minutes. We test the blood is separated and beautiful. It's moving fast. The chose is also clean the blood and remove all the toxin.
Amazing, huh? Wow. Many people have tested it in different countries anyway. So this one is to show you energy water.
Yeah. No, let's take the energy. Turn 100% positive.
చూస్తే అన్ని చోట ఎనర్జీ ఉన్నది గ్లాస్ అదే తిరుగుతుంది 360 లో ఈయన మీలాగా ఒక ఆయన చూస్తారు మెషిన్ చూస్తారు వచ్చినాను ఆయన పిక్చర్ పడుతారండి
You got another glass? Bring the another glass. Other glass with normal water. Normal water. Bring here. Oh. It's very important.
you know
Okay. So this is normal water.
normal water
And this is thermal water. So let's check the energy of normal water. It is showing minus. That means this water contains no energy at all. The so-called mineral water. I'm going to check the energy of parents, for example. It is showing 100%. Great. Great. Thank you very much.
I actually have this device. It's the Astro Divan device I bought from India. Cost me around 500 US dollars. Now, these are the live streams, wonderful stories. Go to our Prive International YouTube channel and see for yourself. Amazing, right? It's really amazing. And now we have Mandarin live streams, Indonesian live streams, and just started Thai language live stream. All right. So we are getting it into more countries and more languages to interview more people, all right, who have benefited from these amazing products, which is now in more than 50 countries. And our number one market today is the United States of America. Okay. Now, this is the company. This is where we are. And these are the 4 people who set up the company. And just want to introduce to you the one in the middle, wearing a cap, a hat, is Dr. Stephen Lai. He's the president, and followed beside him is the group vice president, Dr. Jimmy Chong. Okay. Now, when I joined the company in May, when I started, the first thing I did was I did a video for them. All right. I'm the group branding director. And imagine before I joined, their website, they had a website, but nobody goes there because even grammatically and everything was totally off. All right. So the product grew to more than 30 countries before I joined with a terrible website. But because the product works, it grew amazingly. So this is just something that I did, and I just want you to feel the vibration of the bosses. All right. Just feel them.
Hello, to my fellow members throughout the whole world. Prive International has gone to more than 35 countries in less than a year. While we have accomplished an amazing growth so far, this is only the beginning. We want to expand to 100 countries by 2023, and we are definitely on our way there. We are in the process of setting up our distribution centers in USA and in Europe to cater to all our members there. From our operations, we are also expanding our team to better facilitate and serve our growing community globally. While iGarake has been our flagship product, we are also looking at increasing our product range. We would like to congratulate our pioneer leaders who joined us as they are now making life-changing income, with some earning more than $100,000 per month. As we grow, we look forward to creating more achievers in Prive International. And together, let's help humanity with our wonderful product and change the world into a better place for everyone.
Wow, there you go. So this company has come a long way. It has grown to more than 50 countries. And I know some of you are coming here to Malaysia. There'll be 3,000 people. And I hope one of you will get a chance to win the Mercedes-Benz. All right, see you then.